Hello, Reshaper, probably fantastic. In this video, we want to share with you how you can change your life for better. And by the way, I'm also doing one stream right now on YouTube. You can just go on pogodora pogodora and just jump in. There's a 4K stream. Without further ado, let's jump in. Okay. So first things first, two things you should consider to change your life pretty fast. Two things, your physiology and your psychology. These two things, physiology and psychology. Why physiology, why psychology? Well, yes, with your physiology, you can control the energy level. You have you cold feet, have you cold things, and do you feel good, or do you feel bad, do you feel sick, do you feel healthy? But not just this, but also your energy level. Because when you move yourself more, do some exercises, what will happen is you get some hormones like endorphins, which will give you the boost of happiness, so you feel better overall if you do some exercise like jump around a little bit, right? Same goes for your psychology. You have to be also aware of your psychology. What kind of thoughts do you mostly thinking? If you see a ratio like positive and negative thoughts each day, it's like, what is it, like 50-50, 40-60, or something else? If it's like more than 50% you are thinking of negative thoughts, then you should actually be more aware of those and try to erase them. As I told you, erase. Same goes with your feelings. So to do those things, I have already showed you tools how you can improve those things. But you should actually raise your awareness of your psychology and your physiology. These two things are really, really crucial when it comes to every change in your life. Because without those two things, you cannot change anything. If your body wants to change, your mind don't want to change, you don't change. If your mind wants to change, your body cannot change, well, you cannot change either. So you have to do it. You have to incorporate it with each other, okay? And I don't mean some people change their mind and stuff like that, even they have like their body, they're not capable of doing things. And those kind of things, this kind of incapabilities, they use them for good. And I will show you what to do. Well, the thing is, when you're using your mind in your body, what will happen is that it is not about what you actually do. It's about, first of all, how you do. Because how you do is how you express your energy and stuff like that. Because energy is everything. And behind this how is actually your intention. Your intention is your why. So you have your why in place. Every single time you do something, you have to your why in place. Why are you doing the thing? Ask yourself, when you brush your teeth, why are you brushing your teeth? When you speak to another person, why do you speak to another person? Do you like this person? Do you have some intention with the person? What are your intention to have with the person? Why are you speaking with the person? If there's no good intention, then just don't speak with the person. Simple as that. Now, and this is why energy is everything. When you have the right intention, you have the right energy. When you have the right energy, the right people will come to you. If not, if you have the wrong energy, the wrong people will come to you. And fear, many people have fear right now because of Corona and stuff like that, you know, the chip stuff. And here in Germany, I mean, the Berlin, people are just demonstrating every single day. I just want to say is the fear that people are having, currently fear is controlling their life. And I want to tell you what actually happened in a moment. But first I want to say that fear is nothing but an indicator of your possible growth. If you have fear, that means when you push towards a fear and you don't want to be against the fear, you want to collaborate with the fear. You want to see the fear as an indicator and see, okay, cool, I have this fear here. Thank you for this sign, and I will push forward, so I will overcome this fear. And what will happen is when you're overcoming those stuff, but not against fear, you are reuniting yourself with this fear and taking these responsibilities on from the fear to yourself, because fear is always made something. It is always behind the fear is always a responsibility there, and when you take the responsibility, when you talk to the fear through some meditation and stuff, and take the responsibility from the fear to yourself and say, I will do it for you. You don't need to do it anymore. what will happen is you have the alignment with fear, and you will not fear your fear, but you will thank your fear, because fear will always tell you if you're going the wrong path or not. Okay, but the thing is, when fear dominates you, you have to be always a master of the fear, not the fear of you. And many people are currently the fear master of them. What will happen is fear is dominating with you. It will totally destroy your life. So you don't want to have it, because you won't be able to execute anymore. You will be just doing nothing, and you will just or you will just protest and going stuff which are not really aligned with yourself. You're just doing because out of fear. And people are protesting not out of love right now. They're protesting out of fear, most people, and you can see it in the faces. And because this kind of protest of fear always leads to miserable results, so you don't want to have it. And don't protest with fear. Be aligned with fear. Make fear your friend. Make fear your own sensei, and the fear will help you. But not make fear a master of you, but be the master of everything, and also your fear. Otherwise, you know what happened. Now, do you feel right now, currently, during the whole thing, doing the work, you feel interrupted? Sometimes, you do some, like for myself, I have to be honest, sometimes I'm also in this forest of TikTok and so on, especially TikTok. I mean, I like TikTok, don't get me wrong, and I do like four videos. I try to do 4 videos each day on TikTok, sometimes just 2, but at least 2. Not every single day, but close to every single day. And the thing is, when you kind of in this kind of morass of TikTok, especially when you do 4 videos, you have to return 4 times towards TikTok. What will happen is, when you upload them on Instagram and stuff so on, you will see other videos that pop up, and then you just sink into the morass pretty fast, which can happen. But you don't have to blame yourself, and I don't blame myself in this very situations. I just go and get back to focus, because interruption is like a focus. When you have those kind of interruptions, what you want to do, you want to get back to focus. First of all, you have to figure out what kind of human being you are. Maybe you're kinesthetic, you have to touch something different and it feels good for you, so you can focus better, or you are more olfactic. So with your nose, right? Your nose is more sensitive. What will happen is, then you have to put a flavor on that will make you better concentrate. Maybe you are more audible, so you have to put a music on so you can better concentrate. Or maybe you're visual, you can and you see. You have to like watch in one point and just for 1 minute, and you get the focus. Or you like me, people like me are more like this brief person. Yeah, I have to breathe really deeply so I get my concentration back and I get everything. And you have to figure out what kind of person you are. I just giving you the things you can figure out, and then you can get back on track. Because it's kind of techniques of all this concentration techniques and so on people are talking about, they are fine, but they are not for everyone. So first of all, before you take of any technique, you have to figure out what kind of type you are in the first place. You know, this is the 5 senses, and now you just go with what kind of sense you are, what kind of person you are, more way or more responsible, and then you can find out what is more applicable to you, and then you can pick up those techniques which are applicable to your own kind, to your own style. Now, people are also pretty much complaining because, you know, especially many people back in the days, I had many people from Africa and other countries that say, I have no money and stuff like that. I know they have no money, but the thing is, it's not about giving them the fish, but giving them the root, right? Giving them the road, but not the fish. And when I get the road, the fishing road, what will happen is, well, they know how to fish the fish. They don't need to ask for to fish anymore. I feel it's better than giving the fish directly, otherwise they become victims. So for many people, like those people who are just wanting the fish, what will happen is they are saying they have no resources, but the thing is, even in the poorest countries of this world, people have resources. People have resources. No matter what, you have resources. It is all about how we use it. It's all about to be resourceful. It's not the lack of resources. It's always a lack of resourcefulness. There are some people in really poor countries who have been born even with incapabilities, and they have got like currently millionaires and stuff like that because they have seen what they have and use it in that way, so that may inspire other people and so forth. And those kind of people exist. In fact, those people exist, and you can take on this a good example and see how you can apply it to your own situation, because many people have done it before, and you don't have to watch people, especially if you like watching myself from like poor country like Africa and stuff like that. You don't have to watch all these people around you who are just complaining, blaming, justifying, and searching for excuses. You don't need it. What you just need is see people who have done it before and just make it applicable to your own situation and just use it. Simple as that. Okay? And then we come actually to another thing. So really, take what you love or what your life is giving you, search for the things the way you can use it, and just use it. And now people have sometimes, like currently with all the corona stuff, they lost the control and they have no fear because they have no control and stuff like that. Let me tell you something really, really clear. There is no control. There is no control. There's no control from government. There's no control from anyone. There's no control from anyone. There's really no control. But the idea of no control made some people fear. Like for the same when I want to tell you there's no God or something like that. I mean, I cannot believe there's something power that something has created. However, when I'm telling you there's no God, there is not something. I mean, there's some power. However, what I'm telling you, there's no control. How do you feel then? How do you feel when you say there's no control? You cannot control anything. You feel powerless. Some people feel powerless, but if you get to a little bit higher stages, you feel, if no control, you feel freedom. And this sense of freedom is because there's no control. And the only thing you can do is take responsibility. You have no control, but you have responsibilities in the first place. In the second place, second place is you are in charge of something. In this kind of two things are giving you the influence, the power of influence. When you're in charge of something and when you have responsibilities. These two things. There's no control. Because you cannot control. This is actually why I couldn't understand some people back in the days when I was in when I was in a thrift shop and I had to sell like manga stuff and stuff like that in Japan. And what will happen is they have like, okay, we have to sell this day, this and this and this. And I just thinking like, you have no control around people's decisions. You can make an influence, but you have no control of it. So how can you blame other employees? How can you blame? How dare you? You can blame other employees that because they did not get the same revenue as the day before, as the month before. You cannot blame anyone. Of course, you can change the strategies and stuff like that. But you cannot control the buyer's decision. You cannot control. And this is exactly what comes to my brain. Where I felt like, dude, I cannot control these people. I can make some offers, maybe some percentage off and stuff like that, some bargain stuff. However, I cannot control those people. This is why I felt like when people telling me about numbers, we have to reach this number, I feel like it's bullshit. You cannot control, you can influence. And the only way you can influence is to take in charge and to have responsibility. I mean, taking charge is responsibility. It's basically the same. Okay? So it's the only thing. You have no control at all. Don't think like, hey, I'm controlled by this person. I'm controlled by the government. I'm controlled by the world. I'm controlled by... Nobody is controlling you. People have mesmerized you to telling you there's control. But there's no control at all. You're free. But everyone is putting you this kind of responsibilities that might be not your responsibilities. So you have to see what responsibilities are those responsibilities that you want to take charge on. And just put this on. You don't need others. Okay? And you cannot control anything. This is why you're free. Because responsibilities is freedom. If you have responsibilities, you have the power to choose, of choice. If you think I'm controlled, no, you don't have the power of choice. So there's no control. Nobody's controlling you, you control no one. Okay. Now, let's be real. You can have the best mentors. You can have the best coaches in this world. However, and you can have the best strategies, by the way. The best strategies, just the best Tony Robbins, everything. But there's one thing which you need in order to succeed in this kind of thing. If this one thing is missing, it will be just a waste of money, time, and everything else. It will be just a waste. It is utilization. You have to use it. Utilization is the ultimate power. It's not about what kind of information you get. It's about how you use this information and why you want to get this information and why you want to use this information. The intention behind is everything. And when you get the intention, you get the how. And you get the information from someone in the how. When you have the right intention, you get the how. People are telling you that everything is just so complicated in this world now. People think when something is complicated, it has the authority of being good. But let me tell you something. So many complicated stuff in this world are just bullshit. And the most genius stuff which exists in this world are actually easy. Everyone can understand it. Even a toddler, if the toddler can understand it, really, even a toddler can understand it. Why can't you? Now, sometimes you need some knowledge. Sometimes you need some knowledge, as I said. You need some knowledge in order to overcome a situation, get rid of a problem. You just Google it. Awesome stuff. I'm using every single day. When I'm not, because I don't want to, sometimes I try to use a thing, but when I for 3 hours, I'm just sitting there before this problem and just, man, I don't want to waste time anymore. And then you just use it. It's a good thing. It's a good shortcut. But it's all about resourcefulness. It's all about resourcefulness. It's not about the resources that we have. It's all about resourcefulness, as I said before. You can have a you can have a $10 salary and live the best life because you know how to use your resources so it doesn't make an explosion of your bank. It doesn't bang your bank. Or you can have a 6-figure salary, and what will happen is you have credits over 7 figures. You have like loans over 7 figures because you want to have the Gucci bag, and you want to have the Ferraris, and you want to have the big houses to show off to some people who you actually hate. Know what I'm saying? You don't need this stuff. It's all about resourcefulness. You have to figure out what you have right now and use it in a really kind of way that suits your lifestyle. And then start to invest in ETFs and stuff like that. Because some ETFs are really cheap. You can start off invest in some ETFs even from a third world country. And those are not this kind of stocks where people are saying, invest in Bitcoin, invest in this, and it goes up and down, up and down. You don't know how it works. Here you invest in really kind of stable things like the US economy, the like the first world economy, and so on. And you know it don't collapse that easily. Of course you can invest in Tesla. Of course you can invest in Facebook. Of course you can invest in, I don't know what, currently in Clubhouse. I mean, it's good. But the thing is, you just invest in one thing. You haven't spread your thing. You haven't spread your money. So, as I said, it's all about resourcefulness. And no matter what you build, no matter what you do, you have to practice this every single day. It's all about continuity. You have to do it continually every single day to show up every single day. Make it a rule for yourself. I'm close to every single day, right? Back in the days, I was every single day. But currently, sometimes it's just not really... I mean, it's possible, but it will be too much for me. So I don't do it for myself in order to... not becoming, not getting this, what was it, over, you know what I mean, right? In order not to outburn. Now, and say to yourself, always, I'm not in control, I'm in charge. Say with me, I'm not in control, I am in charge. Every single day say to yourself, you don't want to be in control, you want to be in charge. Because when you're in control, you have the freaking fear when it goes out of control. And you don't want to have it. Some people are just obsessed about control. They want to have the control for every single price. They want to have the control, but they don't get it. You cannot get absolute control of anything. It's impossible. So, Reshaper, I hope you get some value from it. If so, smash the like button, share with your friends. I do videos close to every single day. Just want to make a shout out, people just watch myself on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Also, I do also some videos on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Currently also started off Mildom, but it's just in Japanese, by the way. So if you want to see some gaming, you can watch myself there too. Have an awesome day as always. Do not let yourself to passion now. See you tomorrow.